So y'all know I do these guy tips. I do them from there from time to time, and today I'm just kind of busting them out because I got a whole lot of stuff in my brain. But I want to talk to you right now about going down, standing up. Going down, standing up, okay? So there's a lot of things in our society right now where men really have an issue right now about being afraid to fail. And I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Failure is one of the greatest teachers that you will ever have in your entire life. In fact, one of the greatest things I ever learned in my life was that I could fail at stuff and I still had time to regain my balance and get back up on the right train and track for my life to go in the right direction. But I had to take some risks, and believe me, I took some risks in some places, and I failed like I failed A plus, man. Okay, so just like for instance, during 2008, 2007, 2006, I was involved in the real estate market. I owned several homes, and if you guys know what happened in that time, market crashed. I lost about maybe 600, 700 large. Okay, that was terrible. And I learned some really hard lessons back then. But I'm gonna tell you though, I learned one of the biggest things I did learn, the biggest thing I learned was that I was greedy and I needed not to be a greedy dude. And that was a part of my lessons and learning about going down, standing up. So now, when I'm just a guy right now, I make decisions now where even if I fail, I'm failing with my character and my integrity intact. That's a big deal, especially for guys, because when we are cowardly or we are afraid to make decisions, what happens is we put ourselves into bad circumstances because we're not decisive. Men will make decisions, especially leaders will make decisions, and those hard decisions that may equate to bad outcomes. But we have to live with those decisions and really stand firm in it. And that means that we have to be wise about our discernment in situations that are in front of us so that we take into account what the next step will be. And this is what I remember Mike Esparza from Rock 105.3, when he was a radio host here in San Diego, he would always say, roll the movie tape, or play the tape out, or I forget what the term he would use. But something to the effect of, if I make this decision right now, what will be the course of action that happens later on? Like, if I make this decision on Monday night, what's gonna happen to me on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or for maybe the rest of my life? If I make a bad decision, it is on me and my responsibility to follow through with that decision and to be, it is what it is. It's like, if I made a bad decision, I gotta live with the consequence. And that's another thing too. As a guy, you live with your consequences, okay? You live with them. And that's why you wanna make good decisions. And again, like I said before, men are missing that link about making decisions and taking responsibility. So that means, when you go down standing up, that basically means that you've stood on the principles of honor, of integrity, of good character, of responsibility, of valor. And that's what I think is missing right now in American society. Men of integrity, men of valor, men of courage, men of responsibility. But if you're able to actually go down standing up, that means that you won't make those bad decisions. If you do make the bad decisions, you'll live with them and you'll try your best to make things right. That might mean making an apology, paying somebody back for something that you might have done, making amends. If you guys know anything about AA or Al-Anon, you make amends, man. Freaking A, dude, make amends, because there's a whole lot of things out there that guys just don't make amends for, and we end up screwing stuff up. So when you go down standing up, another piece of this is you're basically saying to the world, I am standing on my decision. I'm being concrete about this decision, and I'm going to move forward with this decision. If I make this decision, and it's got to be one of those heartbeat things you got to do, you understand what the responsibilities are, and you take the responsibilities. But you're not weak about it. So that means too that if you're not weak about it, you're not afraid to make the wrong decision. Because there's nothing, and there's one thing I remember, I was in this class a long time ago, religious studies class at SDSU, and a lady said, if you could do one thing, ask God, what would it be, or one wish? My wish was to never make the same mistake twice. I can make several mistakes, but never do those same mistakes twice. So that's where you learn, and that's where you go down standing up. You say, okay, I'm willing to fall down, but I'm willing to get my butt back up and to keep on rolling, keep on pushing, and not to be afraid to do so. Because believe me, especially as a guy, when you are in the position where you have to make decisions, there will be a time and place where you do fail, but there'll be a time and place where you do very well. So you gotta be ready for that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to make the wrong decisions. Just make some decisions. And then when you decide, hold fast to what you've decided And as you move through the decisions and the consequences of those things, do what's needed to be done to keep things right, because your integrity, your valor, your responsibility, the honor that you hold as a man, your godliness and faithfulness is very important, because men need that right now. We need examples of that. All right? Take care.